The next topic is operators. Let's look at some of the operators of C language. The first one is known as the arithmetic operators, and the second one is the assign operator. We have already used arithmetic operators and assign operators. Let's see them again. The arithmetic operators are classified into two major categories: the binary arithmetic operator and the unary increment and decrement operator. What is this binary arithmetic operator? This is what you have been using all this time: plus, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. Why are they called as binary arithmetic operator? Because they act on two values or two operands at a time. See, when you use plus, which is a binary arithmetic operator, you say C is equal to A plus B. The plus is acting on two values. You cannot just say C is equal to A plus. It is meaningless. So C is equal to A plus B is a binary arithmetic operator. Similarly, minus, multiplication, division, and modulus. Let's look at this division and modulus. If I say x is equal to 9 divided by 2, I will get the quotient as the answer, which is going to be 4. But if I say x is equal to 9 modulus 2, then I will get the remainder, which is 1. Or if I say x is equal to 8 modulus 2, the remainder is 0. If you want to extract the remainder during division, then make use of the percentage symbol. It is also called as the mod operator or modulus operator. And remember, modulus works only with integers. Quotient, forward slash works with other data types, no problem, but only modulus works with integer. So that is about the binary arithmetic operators. Then next is the unary increment and decrement operator. Now it is called as unary, plus plus and minus minus. It is called as unary because they need only one operand to work with. For example, if A is equal to 5, I want to make A as 6. So generally we say A is equal to A plus 1. That means add 1, take 5, add 1 and assign the result back to A. But this in short can be written as A plus plus. Notice only one operand is there. Or you can also write it as plus plus A. It means increment the value of A by 1 or add 1 to A. A, which is 5, will become 6. You have the opposite, decrement. A is equal to 5. I want to make it as 4. A minus minus. Or you say minus minus A. So A becomes 4. Now, this increment or decrement, I have written it in two ways. One is A plus plus and plus plus A. If you write it after the variable A plus plus, this is called as post increment. And plus plus A, if you write it, that is before the variable, plus plus comes before the variable, it is called as pre-increment. Similarly with decrement, this is post decrement and this is pre-decrement. What is the difference between them? We will see it later, but just for right now, just understand that plus plus or minus minus will increment or decrement the value by plus or minus 1. Let's see one example for this quickly. Let's see an example. Integer a comma b. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 5. Plus plus a plus plus. Minus minus b, b minus minus. Printf a equal to percentage d, comma a. Printf b is equal to percentage d, comma. So what is the result of this? So I have a, b. What is a? 5. What is b? Is also 5. Plus plus a becomes 6. A plus plus will act on the new value, 7. Minus minus b has changed to 4. B minus minus changes to 3. So output should be 7 and 3. Let's look at this. A is 7, b is 3. Let's look at the second type of operator, assign operator. We already know assign, we have used is equal to. When you say a equal to 10, we are assigning 10 to the variable a. So you have another variation in this, the shorthand assign operator. That is a combination of binary and assign operator, plus equal to, minus equal to, star, slash, and percentage. Let's understand how this works. Let's take a simple example. A equal to 5, b equal to 3. I want to add b to a. A should become 8. So how do we do that? Generally, we say a is equal to a plus b. But this in short can be written as a plus equal to b. What is the meaning of this? Add b to a. That's it. Simple. Similarly, you can try with the other operators, multiplication minus, division, and modulus. Let's see the demo of this quickly. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 3, and A plus equal to B. So A will change, B will not change. So A is equal to 8, B remains as 3. Why? Because we are saying add B to A. That's it. We are not changing B. Let's look at the difference between the pre and the post. Initially, we discussed that the pre or the post behave in the same manner, but there are some differences between them. Let's look at the difference. So just a summary of what we discussed previously. Pre-increment means it is the operator comes before the variable, and post indicates the operator comes after the variable. Similarly, with pre-decrement, the operator comes before the variable, and in post, the operator comes after the variable. Now, what is the difference between them? When you just say as B plus plus, or you say A plus plus, or you say plus plus A, or minus minus B, or B minus minus, when these expressions are given by themselves, that is, they are very simple expressions, they really don't matter. Pre or post behave in the same manner. But if you make this expression as complex, then they are different. What do we mean by a complex expression? When I say A plus plus, this is a simple expression because there is only one variable and one operator. But suppose if I give it as B is equal to A plus plus, now this is no longer a simple expression. This becomes a little bit complex because we have two operators and we have two variables. So I have equal to and I have plus plus operator. Then I have two variables or operands, that is what now, A and B. In such cases, B is equal to A plus plus is not the same as B is equal to plus plus A. The meaning differs. How? That is based on the priority of operators. Let's look at that now. Now look at these four priorities. The first priority in an expression is always given to a pre-operator. It could be pre-increment or pre-decrement. The second priority is always given for the binary arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, multiplication, division, and so on. The third priority is given to the assign, and the last priority is given to the post increment or the post decrement. Now let's take a simple example on this. So look at the code over here. I have A is equal to 5 and I have given a pre-increment operator. How does this behave? First, A is equal to 5, that is the value in the memory. Now B is equal to plus plus A. In B is equal to plus plus A, two operators are there, that is assign and plus plus. Which has got the highest priority is always the pre. So that means the first step to be executed is plus plus A. A becomes 6. So in the RAM, 5 is replaced by 6 for A. What is left out? We have finished plus plus. Left out is the assign operator. A is assigned to B. Now don't take pre into consideration. Pre is already over. Left out is only the assign. It takes as B equal to A. That is, A is getting assigned to B. So second step is B equals to A. So how much B becomes? Also 6. Why? Because A is changed to 6. The latest value is taken. So B becomes 6 in the memory. So what is the final output I will get? The final output I will get when I print A and B is A is 6 and B is also 6. Let's take the next example. Now I have B is equal to A plus plus. The same example I have written with post increment. Now, what is the priority over here? Out of these two, which has got the highest priority? Now, assign has got the highest priority and post has got the last priority. So, what is the first step to be executed? It is assign. When you are taking assign, take only the variables on the left hand side and the right hand side. Don't take the increment or the decrement. Means it is just B equals to A. So, how much B becomes now? B becomes 5 because that's the current value of A in the memory. What is the second step? We finished with what now? Assign here. What is left out is this plus plus, that is A plus plus. So what is the second step now? It is A plus plus. It is plus plus is applied on A. So A becomes 6. A changes to 6 in the memory and the output for this is A is equal to 6 and B is equal to 5. So here we can clearly see the difference. B is equal to plus plus A is not the same as B is equal to A plus plus. Okay. Now, let's summarize this quickly. When you say B is equal to plus plus A, you can also understand it in this way. It means add 1 to A and then assign A to B. Add 1 to A and then assign A to B. Whereas in this case, it means assign A to B and then add 1 to A. So, assign A to B and then add 1 to A. So, this is the major difference between your pre and post. Now, what you can do is the same examples you convert it with the decrement operator. Try it with pre-decrement and post-decrement. Let's discuss about comments. What are comments? Comments are basically some remark what you write in the program meant only for you and not for the C compiler. Many a times what happens is when we write lot of code in a program, after some time we will not remember why we have written these blocks of statements. So it should help us to recollect our statements. For that we make use of comments. And it is not only meant for us, even if somebody else reads our program, they can understand what the overall set of statements is doing with the help of your comments. Now, comments in C is given within slash star and slash. The slash is forward slash. Let me take an example. I have the code for finding the sum of two numbers. It's a very simple code. I have declared three variables. I have taken two inputs. I have done the addition and there is a print option. Now, I just want to name these. I just want to give some comments for this. So what I will do is, what is this first line called as? It is called as declaring variables. Now, can I write a sentence just as it is like this? No, C compiler will not accept this particular line because this is not a valid keyword of C language. So if I try to run this, I will get an error. So I need to tell my compiler, ignore this line number 4. It is not meant for you. It is meant for us. So what we do is we enclose this within slash star and end this with star and slash. Now look at this. Yes, it is not an error. It is not even appearing in the output screen because it is not meant for C. It is meant for us. Similarly, I want to put a comment over here. So what are these four lines, next four lines doing? They are taking what a input. I will just say input to integers. And what am I doing over here? This is find sum. And finally, what are we doing? This is the output. So comments, you can write whatever you want so that it is meant for you. You can recollect what is that code you have written by reading the comments. So when I run this, none of the comments appear in the output. This is about comments.